Chargers. Then he goes and he plays Kansas City twice a season, which is fun because then he can take out his old team. And then, nobody beats Kansas City anymore, it would seem.
Okay. All right. Look, man, I'm Cuban. We got Santeras in the family. I know Santeria and like dark magic is a real thing. Okay. I believe it's a thing for the Chiefs. I really do. There's no way that they're that good playing that boring and pedestrian.
Like their receiving core 4 years ago is phenomenal. But like Hollywood Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, like Xavier Worthy's fantastic, but like I guess he's like the new Tyreek Hill, right? Basically for those guys, he just does everything. He's fast.
He doesn't do everything. He just is fast.
Well, but he makes things happen. Like he hasn't figured out necessarily maybe how to play football yet or like be a position player.
Wasn't that what Tyreek Hill said when he came here? That he's like, oh, I'm learning how to be a receiver.
See, there you go. Like I said, he's like the new Tyreek Hill, Xavier Worthy.
Brother, I don't with the Chiefs again, like I'm sorry, my brain is fried with the cheetah going to the Chargers, the Chiefs playing well, the Chargers are playing well, and the Dolphins who had Super Bowl. What do you want to talk about, man? The Dolphins are supposed to be really good.
So they're going to be in Cleveland, a 4:05 kickoff on Sunday against the Browns. It looks like Dorian Thompson Robinson is going to be the quarterback.
Which messes us up. Because my favorite leg in our octopus, in our 8-part
bet, man, yes,
was the Jameis Winston
Guaranteed.
Over on picks.
Every week.
Hit every time. It was
every
the lock.
Time. It was great.
The lock of locks.
And he's just so much fun. Jameis seems to be having fun out there. Like, I feel bad that he can't keep playing.
I kind of do you think that he's not starting, he still gives the pregame speaches?
Oh, he gives some sort of speech. He might be right? Like in the cafeteria at breakfast or something, but he's doing something. He's definitely speaking to everybody. Like, I just like... When there's nothing on the line, he's the best.
Yeah, no, he's also the worst of both times.
That's true.
He's also the worst.
He's throwing a lot of picks.
But man, he got LASIK. He's good now.
It's great. Somehow he made Jerry Jeudy relevant.
Back to the Chiefs. Sorry, not my brain. Sorry.
Yeah.
Newborn. We're here. They get the first. They get the first round bye. They get the home field advantage.
Yeah.
But because they're so whack, I don't see them repeating.
I don't know. Like nobody's beating them. They go to Pittsburgh and they make the Steelers look terrible.
Yeah, but it's also the end of the year for Mike Tomlin. And you know how the Dolphins always find a way to go 8-3 with McDaniel? Tomlin always finds a way to get closer to 500 than not.
That's true. He's
and
always there.
They were 10-3, now they're 10-6. Look at that. What's he doing?
They've had a rough few games, a rough stretch. But like, I don't know. I don't see anybody beating Kansas City. They're going to get the bye, and then who are they going to have? The Broncos or the Chargers? They'll have a guy, somebody who they beat in their division already. They're going to beat in that second round.
They're going to get out of the first round. Out of the second round. I don't think they make it out of the conference championship. Whoever wins, Ravens, Bills,
right?
Whoever gets in front of them, I think beats them, man. I mean, the Bills already did it. I think Lamar Jackson has too much to prove.
But that's the thing. The Ravens can't. Like when they have to do it,
they haven't yet. They haven't yet.
I would totally put my money on the Ravens. They look fantastic taking out the Texans the other day.
Brother.
They crushed them.
Do you know how annoying it is? Do you know how annoying it is to watch what a good team does to the Texans?
Oof.
And then remember what the Dolphins did to the Texans or what the Texans did to the Dolphins?
Texans are lucky they got 2 points in that game.
Yeah.
They should have had 0. They should have gotten shut out.
I think Derrick Henry's pissed still.
Like probably.
A negative tackle, one-on-one negative tackle in the end zone.
Yeah.
He was running back into the end zone. He was like, this guy's not going to get me.
Right.
He did.
Yeah, I mean, when you're Derrick Henry, you're like, I just push myself forward for a couple of yards. But right. I think that if they had proven themselves previously, I would be totally picking the Ravens this year. They look fantastic, but that's it, man. They get to the playoffs. For some reason, they can't do it.
What's cool is the Chiefs are the number 1 seed, but no one is talking about an MVP coming from them. It's Ravens.
Right. Yeah.
It's Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Who you going with?
I don't know, man. Lamar he's so good every year. But saying like Josh Allen, who's he got? He's got James Cook, Keon
Hey,
Coleman.
He's got
like,
Mac Hollins.
Khalil Shakir.
He's got Mac Hollins, baby.
Right. Like, he's just been doing everything he needs to. Some of these games, he's scoring like 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns. He's on the ground. He's through the air. Like,
Yeah, but who does
let's see if they win. But I guess it doesn't matter. It's a regular season award.
who does Lamar Jackson have?
He's got Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
Hey, Rashad Bateman, he's a stud.
what? wait, what?
Rashad Bateman, he's great for touchdowns. Let me tell you, on 8-leg parlays or any sort of parlay. But
You're lying.
no, he's pretty good.
Rashad Bateman?
Yeah, I pull him out of nowhere sometimes and pick Rashad Bateman on these things, and
And it cashes?
he's there.
Hey man, I can't knock science. I can't knock science.
Yeah, no, he too. He does. Mark Andrews is a really good tight end. Might be one of the top 10 tight ends in the league.
Yeah, so's Dawson Knox.
Yeah, but he hasn't done a lot this year.
I don't know. I see good running backs on both teams. I
Correct.
see fine tight. They both have to, because Likely and the Ravens is pretty
Correct.
nice too.
Yeah.
And so
Dalton
is
Kincaid.
Kincaid.
Yeah.
They got two. Yeah, you know what it is? Sorry, you're absolutely right. The Bills are Ravens light.
Interesting.
They're diet Ravens.
Yeah, there you go.
They got a running quarterback,
who do you-
not
who do
as
you-
fast as
Who do you
Lamar.
want more, Lamar or Josh Allen? I think I want Lamar.
Well, yeah, because we're not racist and we see things for what they are.
Derrick Henry or James Cook?
Derrick Henry,
Derrick Henry.
Mark Andrews, or
Andrews.
Dawson. Mark Andrews, Likely over Knox, Bateman over whoever. Who is
Khalil
it?
Shakir, I guess.
Trent
Keon
Sherfield.
Coleman.
Yeah, I'll take
Amari
Zay Flowers
Cooper.
over
Yeah,
Keon
Zay
Coleman.
Flowers. Yes.
Yeah, no, yeah. The
Nelson Aguilar.
the Bills are Ravens are Ravens JV team.
Yeah, I like that.
That's exactly what they are. They're built the exact same way, and they got a defensive minded head coach that keeps the defense fine. Right,
Yeah.
Harbaugh's. I think he's a special teams minded coach. It's the weirdest thing. I looked it up one day.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he was a special teams guy, right?
Yeah, like Rizzy.
Right. Saints stink.
That's crazy.
Spencer Rattler's terrible. We're all over the place. So anyway, this weekend,
Cold weather, baby. Cold weather game.
What do you think happens with Tyreek? You think he's going to show up this weekend? Like, I just feel like he has not, since the first game, he hasn't had a standout performance. They've been all over the place. They talk about how he's been covered this year. We'll hear the audio from Tua, and later we hear from his position coach. Wes Welker was talking about it this week too.
I think, I hate to say it. Maybe he's not. Let's not say he's washed yet. He's still Tyreek Hill.
That was one
last
of the
year.
questions. Has he lost a step?
Last year, he was the #1 player voted by his peers in the NFL.
Correct.
He's not playing good though.
Nah.
I'm not saying he's washed, but he's definitely in the laundry hamper for sure.
It's been.
I don't think he's been washed yet. But we bought the Tide.
The
and
piles are sorted.
We got Tide to go on him. We put Tide to go. We sprayed the anti-wrinkle thing.
Yeah.
He hasn't been washed yet, but he's well on his way. It's weird, bro.
Crazy.
I noticed two weird things revolving around Tyreek. The first one came against the Texans after the Texans game that they pretty much said all 3 picks were on Tyreek not doing what he needed to do.
Yeah.
All 3. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because usually it's like, oh, it's a team thing. No. Everyone kind of came out and said, yeah, Tyreek wasn't doing his job.
And then the reps.
Number 2, last week, after the game, he's talking to the media and he says, the great Andy Reid, he had us practice. He had us play preseason game. He gave us reps. He understands reps are important. I'm not getting the reps. Is he taking a shot?
Right? Is he
I think
calling out his
McDaniel took a
coaches?
shot at
Like,
him after the Texans game.
Right.
That was him taking a shot at McDaniel. I think. I don't know. There's clearly trouble, and the sides aren't what they were 2 years ago, a year ago. But yeah, he's definitely lost a step.
I don't know.
He's just not the same player, bro.
I don't know,
and
man.
quite frankly, I'm okay because he's still worth a first-round pick.
Yeah.
We got him locked up.
And I think if all the extraneous stuff wasn't happening, then there's probably not so much discussion.
Casper brings up the tweet. It's time for me to go coach.
Right. Yes.
Which he comes out and says,
Yeah.
"No, man, I see
I'm
Vic
coaching
and
kids."
I see Teddy Bridgewater doing the coaching. I want to coach." No, man, you're
Come
Tyreek
on.
Hill. No. And everyone's like, "Oh, but if he had a comma, it would be no." He doesn't care about commas.
No.
I'm not gonna poo-poo on his intellectual grammatical capabilities. But I don't think he cares about commas.
He's always very friendly with the media in the locker room and making jokes. And, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He obviously knows what he's doing. And I don't know, man. I think has the welcome been worn out? Are people just...
I think,
and it's crazy how quickly that has changed.
Yeah.
Going into week 1, not even last year when he was the best player in the NFL. Going into this year, everybody was like, that's the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are. The season's not even over. And people are like,
I don't know. It looks like he's out of it. He has the same look that Javon Holland has.
Yeah.
Problem is, Tyreek is actually paid. I'm watching Javon Holland literally make business decisions. Because he's like, should I really hit this guy hard and wrap up and tackle and hurt myself?
Yeah.
Or should I make sure that when it comes to free agency time, I can make a good business choice? Like, he's making business decisions on the defensive side where you've got Tyreek Hill, who's just like playing like he's not 100% there. And then he comes out and he even says like, oh, my teammates know what I'm going through. What? What are you going through? Your wife set your house on fire last year. You've had literally no scandals this year. You punched a marina worker last year. You've had no scandals since you didn't even get arrested. That was a whole thing. I don't want to undermine that.
But the wrist injury that he's
get out of here.
There's little things, and I don't know.
Get out of here. I got a doctor that can rejuvenate him. Like
when the team wins, everybody's happy. When the team's not doing great, when they're not headed towards the playoffs, when they're, right on the cusp.
But how funny, we won last week.
Oh, man, right? You wouldn't know it from the way the people have talked all week.
We won, didn't we?
Yes.
Am I crazy? Who did we play?
The 49ers.
It was the 49ers. We won.
Yes, at Hard Rock Stadium.
You were there.
I was there.
I was watching it.
I had some of the carved prime rib in the press box.
Bro, it feels like there's such a negative aura around this team.
The season is so weird. Like I've said, the Tyler Huntley experiment, like I can't even believe that was this season.
Bro.
It's like it's been crazy these past few months. And I think that's part of it. I think everybody at this point is just like, all right, I've had a lot. I'm good. I'm full.
We're done with this season. We've had enough.
Right.
You know what? Even last night with the Thursday night game.
Yeah.
Oh, like, you know
God,
what?
6-3. Like, get out of here.
We've had even the players there. Thursday night football's back to being Thursday night football. Remember we had a stretch of 3 great. Even Thursday night football is like, we're done.
Yeah,
being
we're
good.
okay. We're good.
I think yeah, you're absolutely right. I know a lot of the fans we love the team obviously, but it's like we've had enough. I think when people bring up if the Broncos lose 2 and the Chargers lose 2 or the Colts lose 1. I don't even like talking about it.
Right. There's because 3 teams ahead of us and they all need to lose.
My thing is, let's say they do.
Right.
Let's say they do. And we make it to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Do we really think this team's going to win a game in the playoffs? I don't.
I mean, who knows? Maybe we go to Buffalo, it's snowing, and bang. I don't know.
And bang, our heads get blown off? Because you just teed it up.
I left that very open-ended because...
You
not great odds.
There's the basketball bang, and then there's that one and bang. Bang. That's like there's like the honeymoon bang, and then there's the 20th anniversary bang. That was the 20th anniversary. That was a
obligatory.
That was I might need a pill for this bang.
That's Luis Diaz. I'm Will Altoff. We'll talk to OJ McDuffie coming up in a little bit around 3:30. Of course, we'll discuss the Octopi. I actually have 2 8-legged parlays set up for this week.
That's wild.
I hate money.
You don't like it.
This is Football Fridays.
From the Anachar and Levine.
What's the deal with the Dolphins?
Hey, man. I don't know. The Dolphins bring out the old school Cuban in me. Cuban comedian. Bro, you know what's crazy? All right, so I'm in the championship game. Last week was week 2 of the semifinal.
Yeah.
Brother, I'm down 10 points going into like the last,
4 o'clock games.
going into the end of the 4 o'clock. End of the 4 o'clock. I'm
Oh.
looking at the games
Yeah.
and I'm like, I either need Jonnu Smith to do something crazy, Devon Achane to do something crazy, or I had one more player in, but like it was from a different game. And I'm watching this fucking game last night. I'm watching the game and I'm down 10. And all I can think of is my defense the week before had negative 12. So if they would have just had 0, I'm not asking for any point. I'm asking for 0 points. I'm in the championship game. I'm chilling. Devon Achane goes on that run. And I'm like, let's fucking go. And then everyone on Twitter's like, oh, he should have slid, iced the game. I'm like, no, the fuck he shouldn't have. He just got me into the championship. And the problem is that's a league that I'm in with my wife and her friends. And like, they're all women.
There's no bragging.
And I know, of course. What do you mean there's no?
Well, I mean, there's no.
It's getting into a fight with a child. If you win, you beat up a kid. If you lose, you lost to a child. And that's what I'm in. I'm in a league, and I hate to be sexist, but I'm in a league with women that no ball, but like not really. Like I've watched games with them. I'm fielding a lot of questions.
If you don't make the championship in this league, there's a problem.
Bro, it's bad. And Devon Achane got me into the fucking championship game. It was so what a beautiful thing.
That's awesome.
And then, bro, it's the weird. I'm telling you, it's the weirdest thing. 3 championship games, 2 toilet bowls. I might not lose one of the toilet bowls, but then the other, I think I'm fucking cooked.
That sucks.
Oh, and then CD Lamb decides, hey, I don't feel like playing.
Not playing.
Well, not
out.
I don't feel like playing.
Right,
Jerry
the team's
Jones,
sitting them out.
the improv league, projected to what? What?
What happened?
What channel?
Oh, no.
This is House Call for Health. A recent study suggests sleep problems in your early middle.
We're in commercial, but we're here.
Skills later in life. Researchers analyzing nearly 600 participants.
That was a hell of a sound.
And people in their 40s and their 30s.
Oh, also, fuck Nico Collins.
Those who reported poor sleep characteristics at age 40 showed an advanced
DK Metcalf on my bench. Thank God. I was scared I started him.
Oh, man. I had him for like over 50 yards yesterday. He stinks.
Wait. What do you got? You got 42. Fuck.
Kill me.
42.
Come on.
Oh, no. I hate this shit.
Oh,
Bro.
yesterday I had like a 6-leg parlay. I just got destroyed. Wasn't close on like anything.
6 leg?
Something like that. Yeah.
How'd your Christmas octopus go?
Oh, I got crushed.
Yeah.
I had like Spencer Rattler with the touchdown. That was wrong.
I don't
No, that
have
wasn't Christmas. That was the other thing.
I don't have my octopus yet. Oh wait, no, we got Tua coming in.
Oh, this is cool. You got that Tua sound here? I did. All right, we'll do it.
Next.
We'll come back. This is Football Fridays. It's Will Altoff, Luis Diaz, taking you up till
6 p.m. Dolphins are in Cleveland on Sunday to take on the Browns. Luis, did you see that Netflix had 65 million viewers tune in for at least a minute of the games on Christmas Day? That's insane.
The basketballs on LeBron
Oh, they're
To say
so
that-
upset.
to say that it's still NBA's day.
Oh,
Hey,
right?
dog. Hey, buddy.
it's over.
You can be just like your son with the NBA. Get out of here.
It was over when they announced that they were going to be playing on Christmas Day.
What was it? Was it last year or the year before that they started the experiment?
So
I think it was last year.
Last year, because Christmas was Monday. So Monday, they had a Monday night game scheduled, and I think they added another game.
Like a day game.
Yeah, I think that's how it worked out. They just happened to be on Christmas Day. So they're like, oh, well, we're playing on Christmas. And then this year, they were like, you know what? We're going to take everybody, and we're all going to watch the game. We're just going to say, you know, NBA and the rest of everything that's going on, forget about it.
Dude, that. Well, number one, regular season basketball might be the second worst thing to watch
Right?
on earth.
Like, you're 30 games into the season, right? Like these are relatively meaningless games.
Right? Yeah.
You're lucky if you've got guys playing. I'm sure the league is like, hey, it's Christmas, you're playing. So everybody who's supposed to play has to play.
Got it.
If nobody's going to watch it.
What's the thing that I'm not a basketball guy. But I know
Yeah, stand by.
that they say that the basketball season starts on Christmas. Tell me when it starts now, because
Yeah.
Christmas is still football day. I love it, bro. This is my favorite sport.
It's the best. And like the first game, I like the Kansas City Pittsburgh game. It held up for a while.
Brother, tell me about it, because I didn't watch any of it.
Oh, you're
I was driving to gosh darn Port St. Lucie. My
my
parents decided to live in the Oregon Trail, and I had to trek.
Take it to the question.
Took 3 days and 12 nights to get there. Don't ask me how that math works out. We only traveled by night.
That's amazing.
Bro, it took forever. And so we're driving up there, and then, it's with the kids that we don't see all the time. So I didn't watch any football until like the second half of the Texans game.
Yeah. And that game was terrible.
Even that was, it was very disappointing.
Yeah, I mean the Ravens were just crushing them. The first game, no, it held up for a while.
It was really
Kansas
cool.
City and Pittsburgh, but the Steelers just couldn't get anything going. They were holding the Chiefs for a while, but they just couldn't score. I mean, that's Russell Wilson, right? Can't score.
Hey, they put Fields in?
No, they should have. No, they're sticking with Russ. They're letting him cook, and he's not making good dishes.
What's the yeah, it's like my mom. She's not a good cook.
Driving to Port St. Lucie.
What's the deal over there? They're priming Fields to take over as soon as Russ is what?
Yeah, like
completely
he just signed a year contract, I think. Maybe both of them did, right?
Yeah, I think they're both on 1 years.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I think they just wanted to. I don't know. I don't know what the thinking was to start Fields at the beginning of the season, then go to Russ, and Russ has struggled.
Well,
for
he
a
was
few
hurt,
weeks.
no?
Was he hurt?
I think Russ was hurt.
Maybe that's what it was.
I think Russ was hurt
But even when he was feeling better, they kept Fields in for a while.
for a little bit. Yeah, feel really, really better.
Yeah. You're sure you're okay? But he struggled for the past few weeks, and they haven't done anything to move into to bring Fields in. So I don't know.
Brother. What am I saying? I'm like trying to speculate what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't even know what our front office is doing. I don't. Why would we even bring Chubb on the off the IR if we're just never gonna play him? Why would we tell Shaq Barrett, "Oh, you can't retire," just to waive him? Like, why do we do these things? Like, we're gonna cut Calais Campbell in next week when we're mathematically eliminated, so we can go get a ring, which I love. Good for you, but it's like, I can't talk about other teams. I can't.
The Shaq Barrett thing, yeah, totally. I don't know why they let him get released so he can go and try and play for another team when he basically left him high and dry at the beginning of the season. But I was surprised that I didn't hear at least any of the coordinators or anything talk about it this week. I think they just didn't want to talk about it. But we did hear from Tua. And as we were talking about in the last segment, Tyreek Hill's been topic of discussion all week. Tua was actually talking about Tyreek during his press conference this week.
I would just say they sort of copy and paste what other teams have done to mitigate a lot of explosives
4 minutes
to Tyreek, but that's to be considered because he's been the number one ranked player in the NFL last year. So
I think I got it.
You force everything else to go on other people, and if that's how. I'm assuming this is how defensive coordinators are thinking. If 10 doesn't beat us, we can live with that. If other guys beat us, we'll live with our chances.
After Tyreek's comments last week, have you and him made an extra point to get those reps in this week?
Yeah, we got some reps. I think at this time of the year as well, guys are banged up, and it's sort of towing the fine line of what reps are the reps that we need, and you go from there.
70% chance of rain at this time
Mm-hmm.
for the Cleveland 4:20-ish kickoff, and then also temperatures in the 40s. Does the wetness actually more of a factor than the cold?
I would probably say the wind more than any other element when it's a cold game. It's more so the wind than anything else.
Might be 14 degrees, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
You haven't had to be in that kind of the cold rain for a while now, right? What do you remember? I guess the Tennessee game.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you remember were keys in preparation for that?
What I remember was I didn't have a good game. Another thing I remember was we lost, and that's never a good feeling. But I think with this being year 5 for me, just what I know now that I didn't then, as far as preparation, just getting my mind right, getting wet ball drills in during practice, all of that is definitely going to be a good thing for us to prepare for this game.
I'm not sure if you guys have TVs on your plane that you'll take on Saturday. I'm not sure what time your flight is, but if it is available, would you watch any of the Chargers or Broncos games? The Dolphins need those teams to lose, and they're playing on Saturday.
Probably. I probably won't be looking at that. On the plane, I'm just looking over the plays for normal down and distances, just making sure that I got everything queued for the game on Sunday, going over third downs. And then if I have anything to talk to any of the guys about on the plane, just go and see if they're up. If they're not up, just let them sleep and then get with them at the hotel. So that's sort of the process.
If both of those teams win, then this team is on Sunday. Those two teams playing on Saturday. Would that alter anything in the way you approach a game, just knowing the playoffs are out of the question?
No.
How do you view the opportunity that is presenting itself in the final 2 games?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is it's an opportunity. And I don't think any of us on our team should take this for granted. This is something that we've worked extremely hard for, to be in the positions that we're in now, right? To be able to play in the NFL. Like that in itself, it's been a dream. Like, so for you to short circuit yourself and be like, nah, like we'll get it next year. Well, like, how do you even know that there is going to be a next year for your career, or there is going to be a next game for you? Like, you just never know when you're weighing out those options. But, to go back to your question, regardless of if we're still in it or not, you get to see a lot about who a person is.
30 seconds.
They go about their business. You see guys laying down. I mean, that tells you a lot right there. You see guys fighting. I mean, that should tell you a lot as well. And you should know the guys.
Stand by.
Hopefully next year you should know by that time, like the guys that were going when the times were hard. You kind of want them on your team, and you can kind of count on those guys. I would just say they sort of.
So I think that it can't be easy playing on Sunday if they're out as a result of Saturday. Like Tua says, he's not really going to pay attention to the games. He's just going to go in and play his regular, go forth with his regular game plan. But that, I can't imagine that's actually the case. Right?
I don't know. I mean,
everybody on the plane's going to be watching that game.
So the 49ers were eliminated before kickoff as well.
Yeah.
And we saw them come out with some fire.
Yeah.
But then by the end of the game, you could see
right. Like, what are we doing?
They stopped carrying offensively. I mean, you know how bad you have to play for the Dolphins to get a takeaway on your offense? For our defense to come away with the ball. It's
been a long time.
We nearly got 2. Like, you've got to be super checked out for our Dolphins defense to get a turnover. So, yeah, I could imagine them be like, hey, it doesn't matter. We're playing for pride. Like, bro, you're going to get a paycheck.
That's it, man. And like you said, you go out there and you got all the energy and the juice, and you start playing, and brother, if you fall behind, you're like, nah, I'm all right.
You fall behind. You get hit real hard in the third quarter,
right.
And you're like,
get it, man. I'm good.
What?
I'm good.
This is the third quarter in a meaningless game. I go, no.
Somebody grab my phone and find booking.com.
Yeah, dude.
On the other side, we're going to speak with O.J. McDuffie, the former Dolphins wide receiver. He is also a part of the pre- and post-game show on the Miami Dolphins radio network. Coming back on the other side here on Football Fridays.
From the Storm Tight Windows Weather Center.
We continue on our day with cloudy skies. Lots.
I gotta imagine if they're out, they're just gonna be like, yeah, we're good.
If they're out, check this. Tyreek won't touch the ball.
Oh my God, he might sit out. Oh, my hammy is killing me.
Tyreek won't touch the ball
That's interesting.
if the Dolphins are eliminated. He might play, but he's not going to give any effort.
No way.
And if he touches the ball, it'll end up in the other team's hand. Bro, my problem is this. Like, I don't get how the Vikings can have one great receiver and still pad his stats, and he can look great. The Dolphins have two, and we can't get it to either of them.
Either of them.
That's my problem with McDaniel, man. It's always going to be until I don't know. Like, if you're playing the Vikings, triple cover Justin Jefferson, and he still comes out with 100 yards a game.
Every game.
Whatever. What?
It's not Travis. It's Goldie.
Who's on IG? Who's on IG live right now? What's up? Let's talk. We're on commercial break. Which means we can be here. I'm trying to set up my parlay. I don't like that they put Joe Burrow's over under on touchdowns at 2.5. If it was 1.5, I would have taken that. But I hate betting unders.
Unders are the worst.
I hate betting. I feel like I'd just be watching it.
Right? I did that the other day it was last night. Tobias Harris under half a block. He was watching a terrible basketball game, hoping this guy doesn't get
a block. Did he get a block?
No.
Nice.
I
Okay.
hit the parlay though because I had something else. So
See,
right, others are terrible. You know what I'm hoping for? No action.
Yeah, no, I don't like it, and I feel like if I bet an under, the first play, like if I bet under Saquon Barkley receiving yards, which usually hits, the first play he's gonna get a 30-yard catch and run.
So that's it, right? Instantly. You got juice?
All right, who we betting on? I need ideas. I need ideas for my parlay.
I got another interception guy.
For who? DTR?
But no, I got another interception guy that I'm looking at.
That's the thing is like even if Jameis was playing against the Dolphins, I'd be scared to bet the over on picks because we don't get fucking picks.
Yeah, it stinks when you can't actually get the picks. Let me see.
Who am I going with? I don't. Cowboys, Eagles. Oh, that's right. Jalen Hurts isn't playing.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, but last time I saw it, they didn't have a quarterback listed for that game.
No, but I can finally do a Saquon anytime touchdown, and I'd be positive.
Yeah, I picked that one as well.
That's great. Player props.
Yeah, here you go. Baker Mayfield, plus 110, over half a pick. He's definitely throwing a pick. Even if it's against the Panthers, he's throwing a pick. Oh, you don't have headphones?
No. Start it off. I'll go find.
This is Football Fridays. I'm Will Altoff and Luis Diaz. We are taking you up until 6 o'clock tonight talking about the Dolphins game happening Sunday against Cleveland, the Browns. It's a 4:05 kickoff. That was a night game, but it got flexed. So the Miami Dolphins Radio Network kickoff will happen around 2:05. The Miami Dolphins Baptist Health pregame show gets underway with Steve Goldie Goldstein and our next guest, a former wide receiver for the Dolphins. You know him, you love him. It's OJ McDuffie. And Juice, what's happening? OJ, happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you. We were watching some of these games. There's been a lot of football this week. Obviously, we had a couple of games on Christmas and that game last night. Did you see any of that game last night? Like, it's that 6-3 game, the Seahawks, the Bears, just like, I don't know how you see two teams struggle so much that nobody can score a touchdown. Oof. Yeah.
Not a Marlins game.
Of course, we all are. We love our Marlins, but sometimes they struggle. Juice, a lot of the talk this week, obviously, Tyreek Hill and how he struggled a little bit this year. One of the questions that came up, we heard from his position coach, Wes Welker, speaking about how teams have been covering him and that he feels as though he hasn't lost a step. He's having a good season. I think at this point, everybody agrees that this is not the season we expected from Tyreek Hill. Yes. Right.
Thank you. Bro, that's exactly what we were talking about during the break. Like, you've got an offensive genius. And look, I'm not on the Fire McDaniel train anymore. I might be looking at tickets. I might be looking at Expedia, but I'm not on the train anymore. My problem is you've got this offensive genius and you can't scheme the ball. And I get you can't throw screens all the time as much as he wants to, and it looks like he does. You've got to be able to figure out how to get the ball in Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill's hands. That's nothing against Jonnu and Devon, who've done great with the ball in their hands, but you've also got two studs on the outside that are just not being used. And to me, that's been the biggest reason for the offensive fall off. What can you do? Like, I'm asking you as a guy who played, understands more about the game than I ever could. What could you do that you've been watching the games that they're not doing to get the ball in these studs' hands? Yeah. That'd be great.
What do you think about the idea? Obviously, reps have been a buzzword this week. Do you think that the lack of reps between these guys is just a result of how the NFL dictates how practices can be, how many times they can be in pads, these sort of things, the limitations put on them. Is that part of it? Or is it just these guys need to get out there more and find ways to get those reps in? Hmm. 17, yeah. Mm. Do you think that next training camp things change? Because we know this training camp, there was a lot of, I shouldn't say lack of hard work, but we know that Tua played one set of downs the entire preseason. Do you think that they pick it up and they play more next training camp? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oof. Yeah. Yeah.
Helps, but they got to really put in more work during training camp.
I don't know. To me, when you've got the team that won the last game of the season and they are playing all their starters in the preseason games, to me, it's a no-brainer. Play your guys in the preseason games. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to ask you, because we're going up to Cleveland. I know Cleveland sucks. Everyone knows Cleveland sucks.
Whoa. That's my hometown, man. Watch yourself. Watch yourself.
Hey, can you tell us anything redeeming about Cleveland? You got any good Cleveland stories?
Yeah, man. They love their sports team. That's all I know.
Well, that's all they got. They don't have like all their teeth.
We got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We got the Hall of Fame, Football Hall of Fame down the street.
Yeah.
We got a lot of good stuff going on there, bro.
I think Lewis walked into that not realizing that you were from Cleveland.
I actually did. I did research. I am a learned professional.
I believe you.
Yeah, I got it opened up right here on my laptop, dude.
OJ McDuffie is part of the pre- and post-game coverage on the Miami Dolphins radio network. The Baptist Health pregame show kicks off at 2:05 on Sunday, ahead of that game between the Browns and the Dolphins, a 4:05 kickoff. OJ, what do you think happens in these next two games? And going into Sunday's game, especially potentially they could be going into this game being out of it already. Right. What's your mindset as a player going into it, knowing that you're out of it?
Yeah, you know what? There's some guys in this team that are still fighting for a roster spot.
Mm-hmm.
Moving forward, some guys that are fighting for a roster spot on the other 31 teams. And also, man, these guys get paid to go out there to play.
Yeah.
Go out there and play like you get paid to do, which is a lot of money, you know. So I think no matter what, going into that game, obviously, right, 4:00, 4:05, we'll know exactly where we stand in terms of the playoff picture. But at the same time, though, man, Mike McDaniel said a couple weeks ago, people paid to attend these games. Go out there and do what you're supposed to do and put on the show that you're paid to put on for this team. And I think that it's important for anybody and everybody involved in the organization to see this team does not quit no matter what. Now, if they're going there playing for a playoff spot, I expect them to play very hard. If they're not, I expect them to go out there and play very hard. That's what the game's all about, man. And you go into Cleveland playing against a team that you really should beat up on. I mean, Cleveland, they're a really bad team. And I think hope that's what you're talking about, Lewis, the Browns and not the Cleveland, the city itself being very bad. I think that, you got to take advantage of that. The weather won't be too bad. It should be in the 40s. It might be raining a little bit. But other than that, though, man, that's football weather. Go out there and play like you're supposed to against the team you're supposed to beat.
Tua says he won't be watching the games on the team flight tomorrow. You believe that?
I didn't, hell, I didn't. I usually study my playbook. I wouldn't be watching games on it. I'm just trying to get ready.
And that's why I'm asking, because as a fan, I'm like, how could you not watch the game? But I guess, but you're obviously, like you said, you're a professional. This is your job. Like, your job is to know what you got to do. So studying the playbook makes more sense.
Yeah, it's like, one little thing you might find, you might think about or read about or, discover while you're doing your prep. You might be like, oh man, we've talked about this, but now I see an opportunity. So I'm always like in the playbook on the way anywhere that we're going to. Of course, when they get to Cleveland tomorrow, there'll be film and more meetings and everything to try to fine tune some things. We put some plays in on Saturday night on occasion that we, that like a eureka moment. Like here's an opportunity right here. It might be just one play that could help us out and help us win a game or get us a big first down or anything like that. So, I mean, you really want to get there, on the plane and really focus on, really that playbook or get some more rest or whatever it might be. And then, get dialed in once you get to Cleveland because, you've only got a few hours after that, 24 hours or less to get ready for a football game. And then, you do want to get to the hotel, though, and relax. So whatever relaxes you, whether it's watching, like Lewis is probably watching the Hallmark Channel or something like that. I'm probably watching football. Some college games might be on. That'd be what I'd be up to tomorrow.
Hey man, they got other Christmas movies on Netflix now. I watch them on Netflix.
OJ McDuffie, you can hear him on the Baptist Health pregame show across the Miami Dolphins radio network Sunday beginning at 2:05. Of course, he's also part of Dolphins postgame live. Juice, always appreciate you coming on. I'll see you Sunday, man.
You got it, guys. Great show. Thanks for having me on.
Cleveland is a great city. The Browns suck. Don't worry. I'm
all right, there we go.
Cleveland rocks. There's literally a song that says it.
Yeah, I mean, they're not right about it. But like, hey, man, I'm proud of them for making it. Proud of them for making that song.
That's OJ McDuffie joining us. Luis Diaz on the other side, and Will Altoff. We're going to be back here on Football Fridays.
At Subaru of North Miami, we're dedicated to providing exceptional customer service and an unforgettable car buying experience. Explore our extensive inventory of new Subarus, including the latest 25 Forester and Outback models in stock now and ready for immediate delivery. Whatever you're looking for, we have the perfect new Subaru.
I just know that Barry is close to
I just fucking, he probably, they probably beef. I was like, they probably hate Cleveland. I don't like Tampa. They probably hate. So like, set it up, and he goes, "Get the fuck out of here with that." Sorry.
Cleveland's the shit.
Is
sorry.
Marion close to Cleveland? See, now I gotta go on fucking Google Maps. Marion distance from Cleveland. Distance from Cleveland, Ohio to Marion, Ohio. 2 hours. That's like someone from Port St. Lucie saying they're from Miami. No.
Your parents say they're from Miami?
Not anymore. I won't let them. Bro, we're playing. My sister, her husband, and their 2-year-old down from Houston. We drive up from Miami.
Yeah.
And he's 2, so they gave him like a little T-ball set. And my parents live on like they're the last house in the neighborhood, so they got a fence and then like just unbuilt Port St. Lucie land.
Oh. Okay.
And so I'm playing baseball with them. We're doing like soft pitch, and like, all right, Louis, Dad, your turn to hit. I was like, all right. call my dad. Hey, you got a pitch for me? I have a pitch for everyone. You got a pitch for me? Dang! Hit a fucking rope 20 feet over the fence, and I'm like, God damn it! I knew I wanted to do that, but now
you gotta go get it.
I'm the only person that can go get it. And there's no going around it. I have to climb the fence. It's not a big fence. I'm not,
but still.
I didn't want to climb. I just wanted to hit a dinger and impress my kid.
Nope. No good deed.
Dude, bomb. Fucking cranked it.
Made your day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was like, I still got it. I can hit a softball pitch 20 feet. I got it.
How long we got? All right, cool. Thanks.
All right, we're still in commercial break. I'm still trying to cook up my this. Lewis, how's your dad doing? They love fucking Port St. Lucie. They love it. They love that retired life. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I go up to Port St. Lucie to visit them, which is not often, I get sucked in, dude. It's like a whole city of white Kendall, because it's quiet. It's very white. There's not there. I would, if I moved to Port St. Lucie, I'd be a minority again, which is I'm not something I would want to look forward to doing. But he loves Port St. Lucie. I get over there and I look at the prices. My guy, they have houses in Port St. Lucie being sold for like $300,000, $400,000, and I can't get an apartment for $300,000 in Miami. So it's boring. It is super boring. It sucks over at Port St. Lucie, but they like it. They like it. I can't. All right, I'm still trying to cook up this.
8-legger.
8-legger.
I went back. I looked. I think I did 3 this week, actually.
3 octopi?
3 octopi.
Do they have commonalities or no?
Yes. One of them. Yeah.
That's us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a short one here. Like 3 minutes.
Easy.
Football Fridays! I'm all Tom with Luis Diaz. I don't know why I did that.
Because you were Tommy. That's his name, right?
Is that what his name was? I don't
think
even remember.
So. No, it's Thomas, but I've been calling him Tommy.
Was it?
Right?
I can't even remember. I guess we'll hear here at the top of the hour again. I'm a little jealous. The guy took my shtick.
He took your shtick.
Hey,
on
everybody.
Football Fridays.
It's Football Fridays here across Fox Sports 940 here in Miami, Fox Sports Radio Orlando. Thank you for checking in. Teddy Bridgewater, you see he's coming out of retirement.
Dude.
Signing with the Lions.
I wonder what his students think.
Well, he wants to go. He's going to go. And then the offseason, he's going to go back to coaching. He's going to go back to Northwestern. How awesome is that?
What a life.
Right?
What a life.
Go. He's going to be with the Lions, obviously going to the playoffs. So he's going to hang out for a couple of games.
Dude, could you imagine?
Awesome.
Dan Campbell coming down during the summer and visiting Northwestern and
Right?
being like, "Hey,
Dude.
you gotta bite Central's kneecaps.
Yeah.
You gotta bite St. Thomas Aquinas' kneecaps."
Right? Or he can bring in, Jahmyr Gibbs can come in and talk to the players about playing running back, or Amon Ra can come over and say, what's up? What an awesome gig for Teddy to be able to win a state championship at his alma mater and then go, you know what? I'm going to go play in the NFL for a few weeks and then I'll be back.
And go make the NFL minimum, which, and I don't.
Got to be $1 million, right?
Veteran minimum NFL. What if he wins the Super Bowl?
Got to be close to $1 million. Right.
It pretty much.
Carlos says, what if he wins the Super Bowl, right? Detroit, really good team. That'd be amazing for him.
It's $1.08 million.
That's
so
awesome.
Obviously he's not getting $1 million because it's,
prorated for the rest of the season. But still, what's he get? Like, okay, so let's say he gets $300,000.
Dude.
Right? It's awesome.
Dude, could you imagine? Could you
imagine winning a state championship? Doing like you took your risk. I'm not going to play in the NFL. I'm going to coach these young kids. You win the state championship
right?
on your first year. And then you decide, you know what? I feel like playing in the NFL. And a team calls you. And it's not the Browns. It's not the Panthers. It's the team everyone thinks really has the best shot at winning the Super Bowl.
Or at least go there from the NFL.
At least go there.
Yeah. right? They're like, hey,
Dude.
Teddy, come on, come hang. Awesome.
What a life. I'm so proud of him. I think it's great. I'm all for it.
I hope they go just for him to make the run.
Dude,
The problem, I feel like I remember last year thinking we have to be God's least favorite team. With the way our injuries just stacked up, I think God hates the Dolphins. Every game you can't watch the Lions game without them showing the 30 players on defense.
Yeah.
And it's not like 10 here, 10 there, 10 on offense, 10 on the no. It is all the first string, second string, and half third string on the injured reserve. It sucks. And they're still nasty. That's a coach. We couldn't win when everyone was healthy except our starting quarterback. They're winning with no defense.
And they're figuring it out.
They might throw Teddy in on defense. They're running out of bodies.
Why not? This was a quick segment. We got to come back on the other side.
Let's do it.
That's Luis Diaz. I'm Will Altoff. This is Football Fridays.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with Carlos Santana to reflect on how love is the
to invite you to drop that like luggage and baggage and accept the only reality is
Yeah, I'll just say OJ joined us earlier, and then I'll you can even run my question out of that. I don't care. Thank you.
Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sport podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Fox Sports 940 Miami. Here's what you need to know on Fox Sports 940 Miami. Tampa Bay faces the Carolina Panthers
Here it is.
Sunday at Raymond James Stadium. The Bucs are 8-7. Tampa Bay is second in the division and can win it if it wins out and the Atlanta Falcons lose the game. The Buccaneers could also make the playoffs as a wild card. The Dolphins are on the road in Week 17. Miami takes on the Browns Sunday in Cleveland. The Fins are 7-8. Miami has a small chance to make the playoffs, but could be eliminated as soon as Saturday with wins by both the Los Angeles Chargers and Denver Broncos. Jacksonville plays AFC South rival Tennessee on Sunday at Everbank Stadium. The Jags and Titans are both 3-12. Miami Heat squeaked a win over the Orlando Magic 89-88 at the Kia Center. Miami has won back-to-back games and is 15-13. Orlando has slipped to 19-13. The Heat return to the court tomorrow at the Atlanta Hawks.
I'm so happy for Teddy.
It's so awesome, right?
I'm so happy for Teddy.
It's very cool. Thomas Cage, ladies and gentlemen.
Tommy Cage, baby. Tommy Cage. Bro, Tommy Cage.
I'm a little jealous of his hackiness.
And he owns it. If Alex Tier, my first mentor on radio, had heard that, I would have gotten fired immediately.
Alex Tier. I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah. Serious.
Serious. And we're back on Football Fridays.
All right, Thomas. What's up with that?
Cage.
That's good. That's a good voice.
Yeah, man. I like his delivery. He's helping us this week with the sports.
Oh, because everyone's on vacation except for us.
You walk around the building, there is nobody here.
I came in. I took the elevator. I went on the wrong floor, and I was just in a hallway.
Did you go to get your eyes checked?
This is a hallway with no lights, and
that's a good sign.
I was like, yeah, this makes sense because I was like, I know no one's gonna be here. So I walked down the scary hallway. Oh my God. I think I saw Satan. I ran away. I was like, oh no, I'm on the second floor. We should be on the third floor. Huh?
Santa.
No, that's not what I said. We got some questions on Instagram.
Okay.
Because we're on IG Live right now. People are asking, we were talking about MVP in the beginning of the show. Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen.
Yes.
Someone, I'm assuming they're a Vikings fan.
Don't say Sam Darnold.
They threw in, like, what about Darnold for MVP?
Comeback player of the year?
I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But he wasn't injured last year.
No, but he stunk.
Yeah, but they said it has to be an injury.
Joe Flacco wasn't injured.
That was the problem. They said that Joe Flacco won, and the guy who won it before, that they were just, I think it was Geno Smith.
Right.
That they came back from just irrelevance.
Stinking.
And then they won comeback player of the year, and it's like, no, you can't do that. Now it has to be about injury.
Oh, and yeah, Damar Hamlin's going to get it this year.
He better not.
I mean, he will.
What do you mean? No.
Was it last year? When did he come back from death? Was it last year or this year? I thought it was this year.
Did he die last year and he came back this year? Is that what
So
happened?
maybe
or
I
he
got my
died 2 years ago
maybe
and
it was
came
2
back.
years ago. Maybe I got my years mixed up. Maybe it was 2 years ago. And
No,
that's
because I
why
think he
people-
won. I think he
and
won
that's why
something
people
last
were
year.
mad about Flacco because Hamlin didn't get comeback player of the year, and Flacco got
And he
it.
died.
Yeah, and he died.
I never understood why Tua wasn't more in the conversation because the man did fencing position 8 times 2 years ago. Didn't win. I don't know. Was the best quarterback in the league last year. Whatever. It doesn't even matter. I don't even care. Jalen Hurts out officially. Not that it matters to us. Dolphins fans,
it
but
matters for the parlays.
It does. I'm trying to make stuff happen. The Hard Rock Bet doesn't have any receiving props.
I didn't see any quarterbacks earlier.
Let me see if they got a quarterback.
Kenny Pickett and Ian Book, they just called up from the practice squad. So somebody's definitely throwing picks this weekend. I just don't know which one.
They're setting Kenny Pickett's over under at 174.
Okay.
Cooper Rush at 180. That's gonna be a very running game.
Oh yeah.
I
Rico
might-
Dowdle and Saquon both the over. I don't care if it's 200 yards.
Dude. You know what? Hey, you see, this is what I need you for. Because I'm like,
No.
what am I gonna put in this game? 110 yards is the over under for Saquon. 110.
Man, I hate those high numbers.
He had it in the first half last week.
I know, that's the thing. Like, he'll probably hit that, but those numbers, I see that and I'm just like, oh, that's so high.
But that's the thing is like I want to bring it down to 80 yards and it's minus 450.
I
And
was
I'm
gonna
like,
say,
come on.
I think I have it at like minus or 65 plus. It's like minus 1,000.
It's like you're gonna owe us money if it
Right.
hits.
Like the only reason I put it in my 8-leg parlay is because it like bumped it by $2. But it counts as a leg.
It does, it's a leg.
So
I'll be honest, man. The one leg I lost last week was on a leg that was a surefire win. It was the Eagles to win. Now I can't even touch it.
I'm looking. I still can't figure out this Damar Hamlin thing.
What do you mean?
When he died. I can't because of this comeback player of the year thing we're
I
talking
don't think we're allowed to say it like that.
I mean, but he did, right?
Damar, when did you die? God damn it! When was your death?
Listen,
That was 2 years ago.
I died
2 years ago.
Okay, Carlos says it was 2 years ago. I believe him.
And then last year he was supposed to win comeback.
And that's why they're all mad because Flacco came back off the couch and they're like, well, that guy died and he played, so he should win. And they're like, no, but Flacco, he stinks. He's 100 and he came off the couch.
yeah, but
They're like, no, you got to be injured.
no one respected him.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you
they-
this.
They changed the rule.
If I was dead and I came back to life, it would be all I talk about all the time. It's like, I'm like Jesus.
You really are, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Like, I was risen 3 minutes later.
Dude, I couldn't stay dead for 3 days. I only had 30 seconds. But hey, death is death, and I hit that. Bro, if I died, I'd
And
always,
came back to life. You have to come back to life.
That's kind of the most important part of
that's
this
the important
conversation.
part of it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't really brag if you don't.
If I pulled a Damar Hamlin and I died, you can't brag if you don't come back. Yes, you're right.
What are we talking about?
I'm talking about dying, come back. I would never be the one to bring it back. I would try to make someone else bring it up every time, though. I would be like, "Oh man, the McRib it was gone and it came back." So some people could say it died and came back, and then someone I'd say that until someone was like, "Didn't you die?" I'd be like, "Yep, I did. That was me.
I was the guy.
I don't like talking about it though. So
No.
but if you have any questions, I can talk about it for an hour. I just don't like doing it. That way, it sounds like you get it. It's organic.
Like that would be all I talk about. Hey man, you know I came back from what? Death.
That'd be so funny. Like, hey, I'm back. Like, yeah, no. You clocked out for lunch. You're back. No. I died. Yeah, Will, that was 3 years ago.
Yeah, sure was.
Yeah, but guess who's back?
Sure it was. Be playing Eminem every day.
Back again.
Just over and over again.
That's so good.
So the Dolphins, they're trying to come back.
No.
And if they win this week, obviously they're going into this game. They'll know with the Chargers and the Broncos. If those two teams win, the Dolphins will be knocked out of the playoffs. If both of those teams lose, then the Dolphins go, or either one of those teams lose, then they're going into Sunday's game with a chance to continue their push for the playoffs. But obviously, they got 3 teams ahead of them. We haven't even talked about the Colts, who beat them in a head-to-head matchup this year, so they've got the advantage over them should that end in a tie. There's a lot on the line, but
yeah, my favorite is when the people say, "Oh man, if the Broncos lose too, or if the Chargers lose too." I think the Chargers are playing the Patriots and then the Raiders.
Yeah, not tough matchups.
Yeah. The only teams that could lose to the Patriots and Raiders are the Dolphins with backup quarterbacks. And even the Dolphins with a backup quarterback beat the Patriots. So
let's hope at least going into the game. I just, it can't be easy. You heard Juice last segment talking about how 2 segments ago. Obviously, they're players. They want to go out for pride and all of these sort of things. But it's got to be semi-deflating if you're going into a game knowing, like, that's it. Season's over.
I mean, that's I always wonder how do the Jets feel every time they play a game?
Week 3,
and that's
every season.
It's this. I get it. I get what it's like to be a Jets fan. We've been spoiled the last 2 years, knowing like, oh man, we're still in contention, and now this year we're the Jets.
Yeah,
my problem is, I saw that picture that went viral last week. On Twitter of Stephen Ross elated at the win against the Niners. And everyone saw that picture and they thought we all had the same thought of, damn it, Chris Greer is not moving. Chris Greer's not going anywhere. And that's to me priority number 1, priority A, first thing on the list. You need a change at GM. If you don't change the GM this offseason, I that's when I start saying, all right, sell the team. Because you're making the wrong choice. This guy's proven he's not it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate seeing him happy.
We've talked about it before, and I was talking about it with the guys last weekend. It's got to be tough for Stephen Ross in the sense that, like, you're one of 32 owners. Everybody's a billionaire. You know what I mean? So, like, that isn't something that you have, not to say like you're over people, but like that's something that you got in your bag. Like he's on the same level playing field with all these guys.
100%.
And he keeps trying to win with his football team because that's part of the contest, the swinging contest. Like, hey, my team, look at my rings. Look at the rings I got. It's got to eat him up. Like, he puts on the best face. Like, we're trying this and that. But in the end, like, I imagine that's the thing that he wants. Like, that's the crown jewel. Yes, above all the billionaires, I'm the guy.
I'm the one that has a Super. Yeah.
I
mean, think about it. He's put so much money into this team. So much money into this team. And I can imagine he is the business owner. He thinks to himself, I put this much money in any of my other businesses.
Crush it.
I run the world.
He succeeded in all of the things that he does.
Everything else he's ever done except this.
But this one, when he's playing with the rest of the rich guys, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, so you have a huge business, you made all this money over most people. You've made it, like you're the guy. But in this little club over here with the rest of the NFL guys, you're just another guy. Until you get the ring, you're just another guy.
That's the weird. It's the worst. It's the worst. What's the purgatory?
Right.
This purgatory that we're stuck in. And I hate it because I'm watching. I don't know if I said it last. No, because last week we didn't have a show.
No.
All right. So this is a recent thought. So I know I haven't said it here yet.
Okay.
The Texans started our rebuild. That trade for Laramie Tunsil.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of our rebuild.
Number of picks.
Our rebuild started with them. And so their rebuild was after ours.
Correct.
And they've won a playoff game more recently than we have.
Last year, they just like turned everything around.
You're going to tell me that we've been they gave us our rebuild and they're still more successful?
Yeah.
And they're the Texans?
Right.
Like, do you remember when the Texans were the laughingstock of the NFL? I do.
Oh, they lost all the time. Andre Johnson was great, but they couldn't win anything. Him and Matt Schaub.
They gave us our rebuild.
Yeah.
And they're out here dominating us.
Well, they stunk the other day.
Yeah, that was nice to see.
Oh, they got crushed.
They could use a rebuild now.
Yeah.
Now they could use a rebuild.
Real bad. They're not going anywhere in the playoffs.
But bro, man, it's so deflating
frustrating.
being a Dolphins fan, man. And to me, I this offseason, I'm looking at all the stuff Chris Greer's doing, and I'm like, I see the vision. I'm in. But now it's like I take a step back. You know what it is? You remember the first game of the year that we were like, this is a different team.
Mhm.
Like they're gonna win by any means. They're gonna win by any means. If it takes a fumble recovery and then an 80-yard touchdown, this is the team that's gonna win. I remember thinking, and I think I said it on this show, this is week 1, and our perceptions can change later, like with the more information we get. It turns out we squeaked out a win against another bad team, and it wasn't as impressive as we thought as we thought it was in week 1.
Yeah.
Cut to now.
Yeah, not at all. The Jaguars stink.
Exactly. So we thought we were. It was 2 strong teams, and we were able to win. Turns out one team was less bad than the other that night. And now I'm looking at Chris Grier, and I'm like, look, I saw the vision there, but now when I step back and I see the big picture, that you've been the GM since Tannenbaum and Gase and Philbin. You were the head of scouting in Philbin's time, and we haven't won that long?
Yeah.
Brother, good luck somewhere else. Good luck.
Sunday's going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot of eyes on this game tomorrow. These games tomorrow, obviously the Broncos and the Bengals and the Chargers and the who are they playing tomorrow? The Chargers and the Patriots. Yeah. So we're going to know Sunday the Dolphins are still alive.
I don't want them to be.
On the other side, we're going to hear from the coaches. We've got some sound from Mike McDaniel and also wide receiver coach Wes Welker. Talk a little bit about Tyreek and Jalen Waddle. Maybe we'll see him this weekend. We'll hear from Mike McDaniel. He spoke earlier today. That's coming up on the other side here on Football Fridays.
From the Anachar and Levine Accident Attorneys Traffic Center.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
Did you mail me that?
747-3733.
Oh, wait, yeah. I got it.
On your 95 express lanes, look out for a broken down car at 79th Street. The left lane blocked. We also have your right shoulder blocked northbound 95 at Commercial Boulevard. That's traffic. I'm Christina Melendez.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Don't miss new member deals dropping every week with My Lowe's Rewards, and it's free to join because Lowe's knows deals. My Lowe's Rewards program is subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Looking to end the year strong? Join Planet Fitness now through December 30th for $1 down, $15 a month, and pay nothing until January 17th. With top-tier strength and cardio equipment, free fitness training, and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone can level up in the judgment-free zone. Why wait to start feeling stronger? Get moving now. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime, and pay nothing until January 17th. Don't miss out. Deal ends Monday, December 30th. See club for details.
The PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get cashback offers in the app, and when you use the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
Football's heating up. The NBA is back. And on Hard Rock Bet, you can bet every sport. Even combine all your sports into one bet. One Florida bettor put $50 on a combo parlay and won more than $100,000. And they tacked on another $10,000 to that win with a daily profit boost. Promos every day for every kind of player. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. Win your first bet or get up to $100 back in bonus bets. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Medical Moment, brought to you by the experts at the University of Miami Sports Medicine Institute. So many of us count on coffee to fuel our morning, but did you know it can fuel exercise? Small to moderate benefits of caffeine use have been shown in muscle endurance, movement speed, and muscle strength. The caffeine in just a few cups of coffee, when consumed about an hour before exercise or participating in a sport, is all it takes to give you a boost to push yourself a little harder than usual, whether you're an elite athlete or just work out regularly at the gym. Thanks for listening to this Medical Moment, brought to you by the University of Miami Sports Medicine Institute. Discover more at uhealthsports.com to recover your game.
First, you made Dan Patrick the most listened to morning sports talk.
Good for Dan. I root for everybody.
And now you lovingly embrace Colin Cowherd.
Good God, folks. Thank you for everybody that has accepted us.
Weekday mornings, 9 a.m. on Fox Sports 940 Miami.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with Rod Stewart to reflect on
40 seconds.
Family was from the very beginning.
To become a singer, a rock singer in the 60s, you know, it was uncharted territory and nobody knew how long it was going to last.
30 seconds.
It was